Good afternoon. Welcome to Anorak TV. This is Fabian Stennett, your host. And today again we present another article. Sunshiny, a time in Jamaica. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Blogger, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Reverb Nation. Download my EP, Three Sides of a Kind, available on Amazon, Spotify, and all the major downloading platforms. And also go download my album, The Sear Still Chopping, which is also available on all major downloading platforms. Sunshine, a time in Jamaica. There was a time in our sunshiny island, Jamaica, long before the arrival of Columbus. There was a people much older, much more older, indigenous, and much more endemic to the region, once known as Americana, now known as Yard or Jamaica. Historical data has proven that these people resided in, owned, developed, and lived in Jamaica long before Columbus and the Spanish and British insurgents, occupation, and genocide of these people. They lived here before the Tainos, who speak the native indigenous Arawaki language. These people were known as the Siboney people. Their lineage traced back to the original Alkebolite Ethiopic Igbo Ashanti people, hence the term Ashanti Mama and Ashanti Baba. Our traditional oral griot preserve a much more indigenous, original, authentic, and truthful history, preserved in the Museum of Truth. These troglodyte Hebrew Ashantis were also known as the rock dwellers, as they used to live in natural and man-made caves in the rugged outback of the most hilly fertile mountainous part of the islands of Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba. The practices of these miscalled Jamaican maroon people suggested that the people they referred to as the so-called maroon people are these people. Sunshiny, a time in Jamaica it was, as these people were more indigenous and spiritually connected to that part of the earth they resided in. The practices of the maroon people, the revival people, the Kumina people, and Plot 60, now called Rastafarian, reflected the tenets, practices, and customs of these original troglodyte Hebrew Ashantis, as I pointed out in my video audiobook series, Maroon Book of Eulogies. Anthropological studies of Jamaica and its original maroon people reveals that the Rastafarian movement reflects the sum total of the root and cultural livity of these four groups of people mentioned earlier in this article. But it also suggested that their religious practices, cultural customs, dressings, attire and apparels, their nutritional intakes, medicinal practices, spices, habitual day-to-day customs, dreadlocks, hairstyle, among other clear evidence reveal that the Siboney people are still alive and well in Jamaica. Clinton V. Black, in his book, History of Jamaica, made mention of these people. Both our oral, traditional, and documented history clearly reveals that it is not only the Rastafarian group in Jamaica who can trace their lineage to these Siboney people, but a lion sum of the populace of Jamaica and the Caribbean islands of Haiti and Cuba actually has blood connection to these people. The cultural practices of the modern population of these three islands clearly reflects their ancient practices and customs in many ways, from their religious, agricultural, musical practices to the baking of cassava bami without yeast, reminiscent of the ancient Hebrew Ashanti Kushites and leavened bread. The Jamaican society accepts or not practices marrying to their distant relatives. This is clearly another one of the principles we adopted from those ancient Hebrew Ashanti Israelites. Our patois language has a strong dose of Twi, Swahili, and Amrik. For example, the Jamaican colloquial term dibidibi is from the Amrik word Debe, which means to tear down or destroy. Several Afro names of people and places also identifies with this ancient rutical people. Names like Jericho, Samaria, Salem, and Ioannes are but few other clear evidences that our lineage trace back to these original people. Our folklore such as Brother Anansi and Brother Takumara, or music, dances, ways of worship, and herbal medicinal religious practices are some other clear-cut and outstanding evidence of Hebrew Ashanti cultural renaissance and retention. The practices of Kumina, Mayalism, Revivalism, Harvest celebration, and Maroon celebration of Ethiopian Christmas on January 6 set the icing on the cake. Sunshinier time it is in Jamaica, when this truth preserved so long in the Museum of Truth become public. What do you think? Written by Fabian Stennett.